Hello everyone. I wanted to continue on my Legend series, and I'm actually sorry and I apologize for not putting W.G. Grace, who is known as the father of cricket. But in my one video where I said about the origin of cricket, I had mentioned a little bit about W.G. Grace, and that is why I didn't really put the video. But I think it's totally inappropriate for me not to put a video on W.G. Grace because I do cover all the generations, the legacy of cricket. So it's totally inappropriate not to put W.G. Grace. So I'm really sorry about that. My first video was Don Bradman. I'm fine with it, but W.G. Grace, I should have put a video at the start, but thankfully I haven't put a lot of videos, and at least it gives me a good feeling that all the players that I have put are truly worthy of being there. But I'm really sorry about not adding W.G. Grace. Maybe I'm saying sorry to myself as well. Anyway, W.G. Grace, he is known as the father of cricket. His full name was William Gilbert Grace. He was born 18 July 1848. I mentioned in my last video he was born 18 July. That is the same day Nelson Mandela was born. And he was actually a doctor by profession. In 1979, he finished his medical studies as well. So he was, and his nickname was the doctor, the champion, and also the old man, because he played record-breaking 44 seasons. And he only played 22 test matches in his life. He scored around 1,098 runs, and he scored 200s, and his highest score was 170. But in those days, there weren't a lot of test matches like today. And if you look at the older generation players, a lot of players that I put there played a lot of first class cricket, unlike today, because there weren't a lot of international matches like today. But in first class cricket, he has got a staggering record. I've never seen anything like this. He has played 870 matches in first class cricket, which is amazing in itself. And he has scored more than 54,000 runs, and he scored 124 hundreds. And his highest score was 344 as well. And it's absolutely crazy. He has taken 2,809 wickets in first class cricket. I've never even heard anyone who has taken 2,000 first class wickets. He has taken 2,809 wickets, almost 3,000. And he's got a staggering 245 wicket hauls and 64 10 wicket hauls as well. I mean, these are crazy, crazy numbers. I mean, even if you play backyard cricket and if you take 64 10 wicket hauls and 245 wicket hauls, it's a big thing. So imagine doing that in first class cricket. Obviously, he played for England, being an Englishman, and he also played most of his first class cricket for MCC, the Marylebone Cricket Club, and also Gloucestershire. These were his two main clubs. But it's said that he has played up to 28 domestic teams other than England. So that is a lot. And they even say, I mean, he made more money at that time from cricketing activities than a lot of professionals, all professionals did. I mean, at that time. And he is believed to, even once a writer said that he was a Bible of batsmanship. He was, I mean, his influence on cricket is massive. I mean, he is the one who contributed to cricket a lot. And the modern day cricket is like today, not probably because of contributions of W.G. Grace and the legacy that he left. He took cricket very seriously, they say. And he approached cricket like a small war. That's what they say. I'm the last person who would be against that. That is how it should be when you're on the field at least. And he was tactically very brilliant as well, they say. And that also left a lasting legacy on cricket. And his brothers, he had two brothers, and in 1880, his two brothers and him, they played a test match for England in 1880, and that was the first time ever that three brothers played a test match together. Sorry. And in 1868, he scored 200s in the same match, and that was the second time ever that had been done in a match, two centuries being scored in the same match. And he is also the first player ever to do the double, which is score 1,000 runs in a season and take 100 wickets in a season. And he did that 8 times in his career. So that is amazing, amazing numbers for W.G. Grace. And they say, I mean, the modern, he did invent the modern batsmanship. They say all his contributions, he was a very famous person in England, they say. I mean, not just in the cricket circles, he was one of the most famous men in the country, in England itself. And his contributions and influence to cricket was massive, they say. And I have shown pictures of W.G. Grace in from my book All About Cricket once. And he was the person who really changed cricket. I mean, and he was really very popular, they say. I mean, the crowds used to come a lot to watch W.G. Grace. So, I mean, now if you watch, I mean, the modern era, obviously Virat Kohli, I mean, the Sachin Tendulkar before, Brian Lara, there were a lot of players, Ricky Ponting, just giving a few examples, people who really draw crowds to the game today. I mean, W.G. Grace was the first person who did that in his era. A lot of people used to turn up to watch the cricket matches because of W.G. Grace. So you can imagine the influence that he had on cricket. That is massive. And like I said, he was even mentioned by a writer as a Bible of batsmanship. And he also did write a couple of books about cricket. And one of his books, he said that his fundamental opinion was that a cricketer was never born, and that a cricketer should nurture his cricketing skills by coaching and practice. And I can agree with that. Obviously, a lot of people will, when you, I'm not saying you are not born as a cricketer. I mean, if you are born in a cricketing family where your family has played cricket, you will definitely have cricket in your blood. But that doesn't um, make you a cricketer forever. You have to definitely, obviously, practice a lot and coaching as well in these days. I mean, in my days, I never got any coaching, but obviously, I used to play a lot myself and play a lot. I mean, that is the best practice that you can have. So, I mean, I do totally agree with this opinion that cricketers are not born. I would say, I mean, the cricket is will be born in your blood, but you have to definitely nurture your talent by practicing and coaching, and you have to really take care of it. So, I totally agree with him on that part. So anyway, that is my video on W.G. Grace, William Gilbert Grace, born 18 July, repeating 1948, and he played some records. He 44 seasons that he played. It is a record. Played for more than 28 domestic teams, despite other than England. And I mean, crazy. I mean, 870 first class matches and more than 54,000 runs and 124 hundreds and 2,809 wickets, which is absolutely stunning numbers. And 64 10 wicket hauls and 245 wicket hauls. I'm just repeating it because it is worth it. So anyway, that is my video for W.G. Grace. Thank you everyone for joining in, and take care. God bless you. And I'm also apologize again for not including W.G. Grace before. I think I should have done it very early at the start. But at least it's not too late now. It's only probably 15 or so Legends series that I've put. But I'm putting W.G. Grace now. I'm definitely known as the father of cricket. So cricket in general, and all the cricketers should be eternally grateful to W.G. Grace for the contributions, for the influence that he has had on cricket, and for inventing the modern batsmanship and everything that he has done for cricket. And he was also an excellent sportsman. He was a champion 440-yard hurdler, and he also played football for the Wanderers team in England. So that is my video on W.G. Grace. Thank you everyone for joining. Take care and God bless you.